name is Cindy Castillo. I am the Senior Case Manager at ACLAMO. The community is an always changing dynamic. So we have to kind of transform with them as the needs come up. When I first started, I was doing a lot of helping people fill out papers for their kids at school, a form to take to the Social Security. Then it moved into domestic violence. I had to bring them in, do intakes, do police reports, go with people to the court and help them fill out PFAs. And then we have the part of politics, right? We have the government changing and everything completely shifted. It didn't shift just for our community, it shifted for our coworkers. Everything is so unknown that we fear for our coworkers. We didn't know what's going to happen. So not only we had the burden at home and our families and our friends, but now we have a whole community that don't know what to do. They don't know where to look at. There is so much misinformation coming in constantly. How do we provide them the right information? How would they get them prepared for this type of things? At the end of the year, last year, I did over 100 applications for US passports. I had my wait list, it was going on and on. I was seeing 10 people a day. And it was a state of panic for the community. We have been working on giving them tools and working on family preparedness to kind of settle down a little and take away a little bit of their fears. I'm working how to do their birth certificates in order for them to get their passports, because it's not only here is your passport, it's all the information in it correct. Or this is a person that came out of domestic violence, and if that doesn't sign, they cannot get the passport. So it's like every day I'm learning and trying to get information to see how can we help these people when there is all this type of burdens that they cannot figure out themselves. You know, there is forms, there is phone calls, there's, well, maybe we have to do a custody. And now we are at the courthouse. Maybe you're talking to them and they're crying because they don't have food in their table. But there are 4 kids, the same dad, he's not providing child support. So it's not only, well, let's fix this birth certificate, let's see if we can get child support. Walking them through every step of the way. Right now, we are working a lot on family preparedness because everything is so known that unfortunately, I cannot tell them anymore everything is going to be okay because I don't know. We're not predicting that something bad is going to happen, but we have to be ready and get them ready as much as we can. Any type of notarized paper that can authorize their child to be with somebody else, anything that can help them have a type of power of attorney for medical if something happens to the child. Do they have all the documents in a place? Do they have a trusted family member where they can say something happens to me, this is where it is? Do you know your husband's or your wife's telephone number by heart? So that's the most of the work that we're doing right now. It's getting the families ready just in case something happens. Majority of our cases, I don't see usually somebody that is like, here is everything and it's just easy. But this is our people, this is their everyday life. And sometimes you're talking to them about life in general and then they start crying because you said something that triggers something, and then you go from there. And getting the resources for them, even the littlest one, even if it's a phone number, that's hope. And that's something that really fill our hearts every time somebody is thankful for the little things that you do. People knows us and they trust us, and that's the most difficult part, I'll say, to create trust with somebody. I think ACLAMO has done a really good job with that in the community. You walk down the street, wherever you go, and you say ACLAMO, they will know who they are, they will tell you how to get there, and they might drop some names. The community really trusts us, and that's really hard to get from somebody. Sometimes you get a new client that they just move here and they don't know what to do, so you have members of the community say, go to ACLAMO. It doesn't matter what it is. You just go to ACLAMO and ACLAMO will figure out. And that's honestly what we do. It's heartbreaking to see when people are blaming an entire race for something. We're human beings, and you have good people and bad people from all races, from all nationalities, from everything, right? So when you take one case and make it like everybody is this, that's the hard part, right? Because how do you show up and tell them, I'm not like that? And how do you encourage the community to be proud and have their head held high and be like, that's not me. I'm a person who came here 20, 30 years ago. My kids have grown up here. I've been working. I do not take any money from anybody. And the kids are the ones receiving services. The kids are citizens. They are allowed to have those benefits. When people point out, you're taking my social security, you're taking my food stamps, that's heartbreaking, because I had families that says, I want to cancel. I don't want to renew. I don't want people to think that I'm taking their money, because I'm not. You're not. You're the representative of this child who has every right to have this benefit, to have every right to have food on their table. I don't think people talk enough about the emotional damage that all this is causing. Not only the deportations, but the blaming and the shaming. Because when they see all this information, they start doubting. Am I taking money? Am I the bad person? I don't cancel SNAP. Cancel the Medicare. I don't want it, because I don't want to be that person, and they're not. It's really hard, and it's heartbreaking to see people pointing fingers when the majority of people who are here, regardless of their status, how they came in or why not, they're working hard and they're looking for a better life than the one that they had at home. Because if they had another option at home, they will not be here. It's hard to change the narrative, and it's hard to people to see it, because when you're not here, when you're not seeing the community, you're seeing what the news says, and that's what you think it's happening. That's really not. People are afraid. People are scared. Kids are not getting bullied just because I don't like your clothes. They're getting bullied because you don't have papers, you're gonna get home and your parents are not gonna be there. We have that every day. Every day we have kids that come here that they are scared their parents are gonna take it away. We have parents that are afraid to send the kids to school because what's gonna happen if they're not there anymore? It's a process, and it's a lot of teaching, and it's a lot of education that we have to do. So it's what we have to do in order to give them an answer, to give them a little bit of hope. And it's just this, talking to people, letting them know that we're here for them. So for us, that's the change that we're trying to do. It's teaching our community, speak up, hold your head up high, because you are a member of the society, of the community that is bringing things to this country. You don't have to hide and shame or anything like that. We need to uplift our community and let them know that they're not alone. And that's what we do here. 99% of my appointments is to sit down and talk to them about this and be like, you're gonna be okay, and you have to keep living your life. We have to stay together and try to support each other as much as we can. And the emotional toll that these families are carrying and that the children are carrying are very, very heavy. Kids don't want to tell their parents how worried they are because they don't want to add something else to their plate. Parents don't have the answers, so they don't know what to do. And they come in fear, they come with all this baggage on top of everything that they already had. And the mental health for these families, it's not there. And I mean it because if a parent doesn't have medical insurance, they cannot call BetterHelp or Teledog or all these places that they're promoting mental health. And you add the language barrier. And the way that somebody's going to connect with somebody who has an interpreter than somebody who speaks the language it's different, right? So the resources are very, very limited for these families. We will see in the next few years the repercussions of the mental health that happened during this year for all these families and for the children. ACLAMO is an organization that is there for their families, for their kids' future. We had little kids and families that had grown here, have become part of the staff of ACLAMO. We have members of the community that trust us, and that's the biggest thing. We need people to know that ACLAMO is here to help anybody with open arms. And even if we don't know the answer, we'll try to get it for them. Because we think that people are able to thrive if they have a little bit of guidance. And we're here for that. We don't have every answer for everything, but we're here to help people. And we mean it. We love helping our community. We are here to receive every single person, no matter where they're coming from, and offer help. And even if they don't need help and they just need somebody to talk, we're here. The community can trust ACLAMO to know that they are safe and their information is safe. And we want to walk the walk with them.